is enough said.
Happy Thursday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here, one half of the CCW Tag Team Champions, and I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, please show some support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Now, please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. I know it's really hard to stay positive, you guys. I'm trying my best. I woke up today, blessed by God, so I got a lot to be thankful for, but not with this Miami Heat team. The Heat blow it again last night, lose 119 to 111. Now look, I know I posted a short about it earlier today, but I got to talk about this because this was a huge blunder. You needed this win. I said it on yesterday's episode. This was a win that you needed. You win this game yesterday, you get the 9th seed, you can still fight for the 8th seed, but you're guaranteed at least one home game in the play-in tournament. The Heat blew it. Had a lead in the first half and then squandered it in the second half, just like they've done this whole season. Getting a double-digit lead in the first quarter and then blowing it. Now, I will give credit to one player, but I got to throw some shade at the same time. Tyler Herro had the best game for the Heat last night. 36 minutes, 30 points, 13 for 26 for the field. But there was one boneheaded play that Tyler made that I'm just not cool with. Heat were down by 5 with a little bit less than a minute left. Tyler gets a steal. Wide open dunker layup, whatever he wanted. And this dude thinks he's Steph Curry by stopping at the three-point line and shooting a three. Now, I will say this. Tyler's been having an amazing season. He's hit those shots. If there's anybody that can hit a shot like that, if there's anybody on this Heat roster that can run down the court and take a three-point shot rather than a layup, it's Tyler Herro. But not when you're down by 5 points with 1 minute left. You need guaranteed points. You steal the ball, get down the lane, make a quick little layup. Now you're down by 3. Get a stop defensively and keep going. But that miss that Tyler had resulted to a 5-4 break from Chicago and got them the point and basically sealed the victory. Boneheaded play by Tyler. That just sucked. But it is what it is. The Heat had a very good game last night as far as double figures with players. 5 players that had double figures. You have 14 points from Andrew Wiggins, 18 from Bam Adebayo, 12 from Kel'el Ware. Davion Mitchell is a revelation, you guys. 36 minutes off the bench, 17 points, 8 assists, 4 steals. Some incredible passes I saw out there by Davion Mitchell. I'm still a big proponent on Davion Mitchell being the starting point guard for this team, but I see what Spo's doing starting Tyler Herro and Alec Burks in the backcourt. But Davion Mitchell is a guy you need to bring back. One of the main focuses this offseason is bringing back Davion Mitchell, whether that's with the qualifying offer or you give him a new contract. But Davion Mitchell is proving that he fits this Miami Heat team like a glove. But at this point, you guys, the Heat are screwed. That loss last night solidified that we're going to be a 10th seed going into the play-in tournament. Because yes, there's 2 games left in the season. But Chicago and Miami, who are both playing tanking teams, I don't see either of those teams losing these games. And even if Chicago does lose one of those games, Chicago holds the tiebreaker against Miami. They're 3-0 against Miami in the season series. So even if Chicago, the only way the Heat can get the 9th seed, you guys, Chicago has to lose both games and Miami has to win both games. I don't see that happening. So we're going to see the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat going into the play-in tournament, the 9th, 10th game with Chicago having home court. Heat just lost in Chicago. So you need, I'm not going to say a miracle, but you need a big game from Miami on that play-in game. If it doesn't happen, we lose. Now look, what have I been saying for weeks, months now, since the Jimmy Butler trade? No matter how this season finishes, it's a win-win for the Heat. If you don't make the playoffs, you will have 2 first-round draft picks in this loaded 2025 draft. However, you lose two future first-round draft picks that go unprotected to the Thunder and the Hornets. That's bad. But if you make the playoffs this year, you will have those protections lifted on those draft picks, but You will lose your first round draft pick this year to OKC. So it's all about perspective, like I've been saying for months now. It doesn't matter how we finish this season. It's still going to go good for the Heat. Now, I would prefer the Heat to make the playoffs because I would like to keep the protections on those future picks because you can also include them in trades. And that's what I want to get to in this episode, you guys, because now there's no more fighting for the 9th or the 10th seed. We know where we are. There's no fighting for the 9th or the 8th seed. We know where the Heat are. They're going to be a 10th seeded team fighting for playoff positioning. So we know that's what's going to happen next week. We just need to wait and see what happens. So now we need to get excited for the offseason because I've been saying this a lot, you guys. The 2025 offseason, the Miami Heat is going to make some splashes, I feel. There's no more running back mentality with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Herro. You need to upgrade this roster. If last night proved anything, this team is missing that guy, that closer, that guy where you can consistently on a nightly basis go, you need to win us this game. As much as I love certain players on this team, Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, Kel'el Ware, Davion Mitchell, as amazing as these players are, Andrew Wiggins, there's not one guy where I can look at and say, lead us every night. Tyler has stepped up. Tyler has been that guy at times, but he's proving that what he is a quality number 2 player. Bam is a quality number 3 player, but you cannot look at a guy like Andrew Wiggins and say, be the leader of this team, lead us to victory. He's just not that guy. That's where the upgrade needs to come this offseason. You need to upgrade that small forward position and go after that guy. Maybe not the small forward. Who knows? Fix this team. Go after that guy. There's going to be a lot of names this offseason that are going to become available. Let's not forget the fact that the Heat are going to have a lot of things this offseason. This is going to be the first time in a very long time, since 2016, 9 years, where the Miami Heat are going to go into the offseason under the salary cap, which means they're going to have flexibility not only to trade for players, but you're also going to have things you haven't had in a while. A full mid-level exception, almost $13 million, where you can give to a player that can help us now. Potentially 2 first-round draft picks this offseason. Even if you get just 1 with Golden State's pick, that's still going to be a good one for you. But now, you guys, the Heat are going to have a lot of tradable assets going into this offseason. You have expiring contracts like Terry Rozier and Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson, whose contract next season is not fully guaranteed. Teams are going to want that, especially in this new NBA collective bargaining agreement. Terry Rozier, as god-awful as he is, will have an expiring contract this offseason. And I've said this so many times before, you guys, but why do teams love expiring contracts? Because those numbers are going to get off your books the following season. You can even buy out that player. Terry Rozier, as god-awful as he is, will have some value as far as a trade this offseason. You also have young assets like Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic that you can add in potential trades. You also have pieces like Andrew Wiggins, whose contract will be in a player option the final year, so next year can potentially be his last season. Kyle Anderson, who has stepped up and showed that he can be a quality player off the bench, has some value. So does Haywood Highsmith. There's certain players that you're going to look at this team to build on. In my opinion, there's 4 guys that you want to build around. Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, Davion Mitchell, and Kel'el Ware. In my opinion, these are 4 guys that you want to try to keep for next season while upgrading this roster. Making a trade for a star player, signing people in the offseason with your exceptions. You're going to have a mid-level exception. You're going to have a biannual exception. So now you can sign players over the minimum contract. You can get people to help you now. This offseason is going to be very interesting. There's also going to be certain players that may become available for trades. Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Trae Young, maybe Nikola Jokic, with the whole situation that's happened in Denver. Guys, the Denver Nuggets fired Mike Malone. They fired their GM, Calvin Booth. You see Nikola Jokic getting frustrated in the bench. And what we saw earlier this season, the trade for Luka, no player safe. If teams are noticing right now, if the writing's on the wall and they can't win, it's time to get rid of him. So I'm going to be very curious to see what this Miami Heat team does this offseason, because you can include multiple players, multiple draft picks in a trade. You can devise a package of Andrew Wiggins, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, 2 to 3 first-round future draft picks. Add on Duncan Robinson or Terry Rozier, who has an expiring contract, and now you have the flexibility of trading for a whale. Another name I didn't mention, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, who has interest in coming to the Heat. Kevin Durant, who's on the final year of his contract next season, so it doesn't put a hole in you. There's going to be so many players that are going to be available, you guys, and the Miami Heat are not going to be choked. Every year, the reason why the Heat couldn't make these trades, you guys, they were over the salary cap, over the first apron, right under the second apron line. It's difficult to make trades like that. But now, because of that Jimmy Butler trade, you got those numbers off your books. You have flexibility. You can make trades. You can make signings. So I am excited for this offseason, you guys, because I feel this is going to be the first offseason in a while where the Miami Heat are going to make a splash. So Heat Nation, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about last night's game? Do you think the Heat are going to make the playoffs, or do you think they're going to lose out of the play-in tournament? Also, I'm going to give you 5 names. Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, and Trae Young. Who do you think that the Miami Heat have a realistic potential on getting this offseason? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.